Okay, so this is gonna be my first video of many. Um, my name's Kyle, and this is my new channel. Hopefully, it works out okay and people like it or whatever. So, the topic of discussion is going to be parenting in this day and age and how I feel about it and my experience with parents that I've, had people that I've had take care of me over the years. Um, okay. So, this day and age, I feel like parents are they are a lot judgmental and they're getting a lot younger. Um, my problem with parents these days is that they have a hard time accepting who their children want to be. Not saying that it has to be just because they're gay or anything like that. It could just be, it's just not what they want their child to do. And that's fine, but a lot of parents these days have to realize you are 30s, 40s, 50s, and your life is halfway over. So, what the hell makes you think that it's okay to put what you want, what you like, onto your kids? And if that's not what they want to do, then it's just, I don't give a fuck. You do what the fuck I want you to do. And that's a lot of the reason why kids these days are running away, doing stupid shit. They don't have relationships with their parents because their parents won't support them or anything that they want to do. And um, then their parents get old and they complain, well, you never call, you never do this. That's because when I was, with you after, I'm grown up, now why would I want to call you if I couldn't even get you to support me if joining the football team or wanting to be a cheerleader or wanting to do theater? You couldn't even do that for me. So why is it that I should be calling you every time you feel like, you know, that's not what's going to happen? And there are a lot of parents who will do anything they can to keep their child from being the type of person that they want to be. And it's not even, it doesn't even have to be anything bad. It's not like the child wants to be a crackhead or a drug dealer or wants to go steal fucking cars. This could be just something as simple as a boy wanting to join the cheerleading team or a girl wanting to go out for basketball. It could be that, and the parents like, you don't need to be doing that because they're more um, concerned with the image that it's going to give their family and their household. And that's fucked up because you shouldn't care about the image that it's going to create for your house. You should care about your child's happiness. That's what you had that child for. And if you are one of those parents who are, single parents and you just bash the other parent the whole time, it's like, well, you knew what type of person that person was when you had sex with them. Whether it had been a crackhead, a stripper, you met them at a party, you knew what the fuck type person it was. And if you didn't know, then maybe you should have been a little bit safer. But either way, you brought a life into this world, and it's your responsibility to take care of that life and nurture it. And a lot of parents don't want to do that, especially the young ones. They feel like their life was taken away because they had a child, but that's your fault. You opened your legs or squirted your dick. That's your fault. Nobody told you to do that. You could have put on a condom. You could have just not fucked. But once you bring a child into the world, you have a new responsibility to make sure that that child is okay and not fucked up. And that's basically what the goal is now for a lot of parents, just to not fuck their child up. And that's fine because there's no type of set of instructions to be a parent. But when you're a parent and your child comes to you and they're aspiring for something and you tell them that it's bullshit because that's not what you like, that's real fucked up. And then it's going to keep them from coming to you for anything else. Any type of problems that they have, they're not going to want to come to you. Because why? They had something good that they came to you for and you fucking threw it back in their face. People who won't do anything for their child or have resentment for their child because they continue to want to be the type of person that they want to be. So like, in my experience, I lived with my mom for most of my life, and then with my dad. And my mother has always been my biggest cheerleader. No matter what I wanted to do, um, I was always, when I was younger, I was kind of bigger, so people always said, you should go for football, you should go do this, do that. And I wasn't the type to want to do football. Ironically, now that I'm older, I wish I had did football because I found out I actually liked it. I was just a lazy little fuck back then. So, um, I was more into dancing, singing, things like that. And no matter what I did, my mother accepted me. And yes, I am gay, if it was not already obvious. But, hey, don't judge a book by its cover. I really fucked that up, didn't I? I'm still keeping it in the video. Anyway, so she's always been my biggest cheerleader, my biggest supporter through anything that I've done. Because, in fact, my grandmother hasn't been the most supportive of her. She's the only female. And, she has made a lot of mistakes in her life. But it still has clouded the way my grandma feels about her. My grandma loves her. It's just the way she shows the love. It's not really conducive to me to a mothering, but whatever. Like I said, there's no handbook. To each his own. So, my mother has always been behind me no matter what I wanted to do. And it's been great. Now, my dad, on the other hand, he's the type where if you aren't the way that he wants you to be, then there's a problem. Doesn't matter how good grades you have. Doesn't matter how many jobs you get when you're young. How well you keep yourself up and things like that. It's about how he wants you to be and about the appearance to everyone else. And that's a thing with a lot of parents. Appearance to everyone else. To their friends. To the other family members. When your other family members are behind you talking shit about, like, yeah, why you letting your son/daughter do this? And do you know what your son and /daughter are doing? If they're not stabbing people, selling crack, or selling ass, there should be no fucking problem. And if you are a parent and you have people in your family talking shit about your child when your child is actually a good child compared to a lot of people's motherfucking kids out here, and you not out here fucking got your child's back, then it's a fucking problem. There's something wrong there. You should have your child's back if your child is one of those kids who have aspirations, who actually have goals in a world when a lot of young people don't want to do shit with their lives, who want to sit in their rooms all day, or who want shit handed to them all fucking day. There's a fucking problem. There are so many people who just want to sit on their ass and get money for just sitting on their ass. They want to scam people. They want to rob people. Or they just don't want to do shit and have their parents do everything for them. But if you have a child who actually has some work ethic, some goals, who actually pays attention in school and does what they're supposed to do, but just because of the fact that they want to do something different with their life than what you want them to do, you decide, okay, I'm going to treat that child like shit, and I'm just not going to support that child with anything. Not going to help them with anything. Not as long as they don't want to do what I want them to do. And that's fucked up. Because one, like I said, your life is halfway over. You had plenty of time to do what you wanted to do and live things how you wanted to live them, and see what you wanted to see. It's not your child's fucking fault that you didn't get there, and you shouldn't be forcing your child to be in the position where you want it to be. That's not how shit works. I'm sorry if I bursted your bubble or some shit, but that's not how the fuck it works. It's not. People, when they're born, they take the example from their parents. And if you're setting the example of, I don't give a fuck about anything that you want to do, I don't give a fuck about how you feel about anything, you just do what I want you to do, they're just going to carry that on to the rest of their life. They're not going to give a fuck about other people. Not only their kids, if they have any, they're not going to give a fuck about anybody. They're going to just give a fuck about what they want to do, because what they wanted to do was shot the fuck down by their parents. So they're going to do their best to make sure that they do what the fuck they want to do, no matter who says anything, no matter who, opposes. It's just going to be what the fuck they want to do. And that could be good or bad. It could turn into something bad. You know, have you ever seen how, and this is a big problem with like preachers' kids and kids with people who are really, really strict. Those are the sneakiest fucking kids. You know why? Because anything that they want to do, they can't do because of fear of how their parents would shoot it the fuck down, curse them out, or beat them. And it doesn't always have to be anything bad. It could just be normal things like going out with their friends or signing up for something at school. I remember, I want to say I was 16, junior year. And I decided, I did track 10th grade year. I sucked, by the way. I was not very fucking fast at all. And I fell on my first hurdle. So, yeah. But, so, I wanted to join the cheerleading team because I like to dance. And that was the only real thing where you didn't really have to stay out there in summer, because I went back and forth to my mother and my dad's house during summer and school year. And I come home and I want to do it, and it costed maybe $180, which is cheap compared to a lot of fucking cheerleaders. I know cheerleaders who've paid thousands of dollars just to be on cheerleading teams and, you know, do whatever. It was only $180. And at the time, I don't think I had a job yet. No, I didn't. I didn't have a job yet. And it was like, because of the fact that I wanted to join a cheerleading team. Not that I wanted to, you know, go out and be out until 2 o'clock in the morning, or go take their car for a joyride with just a permit or something. No shit like that. It was, I wanted to join a team at my school. Because of the fact that it was known that I was gay, and that it wasn't something that they thought, you know, was for a boy to do, then it was no. And then again, your life is halfway over. And then a lot of parents who are out here setting the good example, who are out here grinding, who are out here, instead of keep buying their kids all these video games just to take up their time, to keep them away from them. Because a lot of parents do that. They just load their child up with shit so that their child doesn't just keep coming to them and fucking with them because they just want to do whatever the fuck they want to do. That's also not a good thing. Parents who actually sit and talk to their children, like talk to their kids, like listen to how they're feeling and shit like that. That's what my mother did to me, and that's what I plan to do with my children. I don't understand how a lot of parents, and this is really fucked up because I've seen it done before, a lot of parents will disown their children because of things that their children want to do with their life. And I'm sorry, it's the TV right here. But, the fuck is that? Oh, over the hedge. Okay. But, a lot of parents and families will disown their children just because of things that they want to do with their life that they don't approve of. And then it's so fucked up because that's a child. If they don't get that support and affection from you, they're gonna go get it elsewhere. And that's where you get the drug dealers, the gang members, the prostitutes, because they went out on the streets, found somebody who was gonna turn them the fuck out to whatever the fuck, drugs, tricking, stripping, stealing, and not knocking any strippers, because strippers make bank, you know, but who go out to do these bad things because their families disown them. And it's most of the time that's what's happening to these kids. They've been disowned, and so they go to a group of people or other people who may not be the best people for them, but those people show them support. Those people have their back. Those people show them that, you know, they care about them. And a lot of times a stranger will treat you better than your own family will. It's fucked up, but a stranger will treat you way better than your own family will. Because your family always has something to down you about. And that shouldn't be the case. You know, your family should support you way more than a stranger would. But since a stranger who might have went through the same thing, they would, yeah, accept you with open arms, you know. And it's real fucked up. And then it comes to back to the parents. And the parents are like, oh, my child, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what's going on with their mind. It's because you were a shitty parent, truthfully, and you decided that because your child wasn't doing exactly what you wanted to do with their life, then they can get the fuck on. And that's what they did. And maybe they found the wrong people. But once again, it always comes down to the parenting. It's just so much shit I could say about this shit because it's an annoying topic to me because I see so much of it. So much of you ain't gonna be like this in my house and, you know, shit like that. People who would take their kids' clothes because they don't want them wearing them because of how it may make them perceive. Taking all the females' jogging pants or shit like that because she dresses a little too much like a boy. So fucking what? Let her dress how she want to fucking dress. What the fuck does that have to do with you? Maybe we think you dress too much like an old fucking lady, or you be trying to dress too fucking young and you are an old fucking lady, but we don't say shit about that, do we? And knowing me as a kid, I would have said the shit. But you're not, like, fucking with people's lives like that. That's somebody's life. That's somebody's self-esteem that you're fucking with. And people who feel like they aren't loved look for it in the completely wrong places. Have you seen people who don't have mothers or who don't have fathers and how they act towards that sex? It's fucked up. People who see their mother and father disrespecting each other. That's how they treat their boyfriend or girlfriend when they get them. It's always the mama talking about, well, he ain't shit, he don't do shit for you, blah, 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 blah. Look at me and tell me you didn't know that he wasn't gonna be shit when you fucked him. You fucked him? He must have been alright. And then there's a lot of mothers who do know that the fathers ain't shit and just don't tell them about the baby. I know a few examples. And then those parents who do co-parent and raise their kid up right, I commend you. I do. Because in this day and age, that's very rare for two parents to actually co-parent and actually have good heads on their shoulders. Because a lot of these parents are still kids in their mind, or are still followers, or still in high school in their mind. Like, there's so many fucking people who I cannot fuck with because their mind is too immature. That's why I barely have any friends, and a lot of my family members, they're so stuck in a certain mindset, and it's so fucking retarded, and it pisses me off, and then I have to cuss them out, and then I look bad, and all that other shit, blah, 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 so I just don't fucking talk to them, because there's a certain point in life where they wanna say they're grown just because of the things that they have, the job they have, the house they have. But if you ain't grown up here, you're not fucking grown. I don't care if you 21 or fucking 91. If your mind ain't grew up and you still thinking like you're a fucking teenager, you're not an adult. No matter how much you say you are, you're not. But yeah. I don't know if I stayed on topic or not, but yeah, this is my first video, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any comments or anything, put them below, and I will try to read them and reply and shit like that. And I know I curse a lot, but oh fucking well.